Welcome to our video lesson for Unit 2, Day 2. Last time we talked about the word rhetoric. Because your paper this semester or this unit is going to deal with a rhetorical analysis, this lesson will focus on the word analysis, and then next time we're going to put both of the words together. As you can look at our agenda, we're going to do something a little bit different during academic notes time. We will actually use your handouts to take notes on today's unpacking text later on. But during the beginning of class, the students are accessing one of their handouts that I gave them last time, the extra handouts, and it has some excerpts from Nathaniel Hawthorne and Ernest Hemingway. So if you're not with us, get out that handout for the beginning of class. One way, we've talked about the word style before, but today I want to do it from more of an analytical approach. So as you think of style, one way that's easy to think about it is fashion. What we wear, how we wear clothes tells a lot about our personality. You can see one of the images I put up there is the AOC dress that she wore to the Met Gala last week. Caused quite a bit of discussion in political circles, and anyway, she just represented something that she thought was important to her. You can see these other two people have styles as well. When it comes to writing, the way characters speak and what they speak reveals a lot about their personality or their style. So in an American classic, Their Eyes Were Watching God, one of the characters is Tea Cake. And in one of the pages, she says, "No such a thing." Now, even if you aren't familiar with that book, you can kind of get some insights into her character by just the way she answers a question. If that's the original from the text, if the writer, Hurston, wanted her to be more informal, she could have had Tea Cake say, "Nothing like that ever happened." If she wanted Tea Cake to be a formal character, her style, you can read that example. Well, the same thing with great writers. And so in this handout, what I'd like you to do is just kind of look at Ernest Hemingway and Nathaniel Hawthorne's text from the sample handout. And then as you look at different pieces of dialogue that come from each of their works, you're going to transfer it from a Hemingway style of a character into the way Nathaniel Hawthorne would say the same thing, and vice versa. So that's your assignment. We will be turning it in, so make sure you get that done. So this goes over the exercise in more details of what we're doing in class. Another thing, when you get into looking at some of the techniques that each of these writers are using to complete this handout, you can go through your unit booklet. Right at the beginning, there are a whole bunch of AP styles I pointed out to you in class yesterday. And so you can pull that out to incorporate some terminologies of techniques that each of the writers used. When you're done with that, again, make sure that you finish that to bring it to class. This is just kind of an overview of the next 5 weeks in this class. We're going to be learning a lot about expository skills, along with rhetorical skills and writing an analysis of an essay for essay number 2. Now, when you turn to your academic notes for today, we're going to talk about the word undoing. So I want you to think of an automobile, that when you drive to school and everything's working well, we really don't think about combustions or engines or gauges or any kind of mechanical feature that makes a car run. It's only we think of those things when something doesn't work. The same way, if we're watching a Broadway play or something at the Hill Theater where the performance is spectacular, we enjoy the cast, we enjoy the scenery, we enjoy listening to the storylines, and nothing seems out of sync unless something goes wrong. This is the same thing in a lot of sports. So I picked a double play in baseball and had my son kind of help me write this excerpt of all the things that go on to make a perfect double play. And if you think about it, a double play from the crack of the bat until the second person is out, that is really quickly. But read through this example that I helped write with my son, and you can kind of see everything has to be work to perfection in order for a double play to work. So to simplify this idea of breaking something down, I just want to, if you were to see a suitcase and then open it up and look at some of the items inside, it would actually tell you a lot about what the person had done. Like in this case, you can see that they needed a passport, so it's probably overseas. Person likes the beach, visited a couple of museums, played some sports maybe on the beach. So kind of inside of that suitcase, unpacking it, get a feel for what went on the vacation. So then again, the same thing happens in any text that we read. If everything is beautifully crafted, like a novel that's gone through so many revisions and everything's been fixed in it, we don't really think of unpacking it and analyzing it so much, unless a teacher tells us to do that. But when something is written with a flaw, we do the same thing. What went wrong? So when it comes to rhetorical analysis, it's only we start to unpack or figure out what went wrong with a passage when either a teacher tells us to look at something or we do that secondhand by ourselves. So to illustrate unpacking, in your resource booklet, I have 2 copies of lyrics by Taylor Swift songs. And you can watch one or the other, it doesn't matter. But what's happening here, either with style or blank space, this man is going to unpack the words of the song. And you'll be able to see, even in a one-page list of words on a page, there's so much that's going into every aspect of that, the lyrics and the music video itself for either one of those songs. So it's kind of fun to see that done. So in class, we'll watch one. Then in class, we are going to do the same thing on our own. So I wanted to start with something that's really simple. So I picked cereal. And in small groups, you're going to unpack or discuss everything that's going on with a breakfast cereal. The most important thing you want to do before you even start it is remember these 3 question words: what, why, and how. And if you start thinking of those 3 words all the time, it will help you get into an in-depth analysis the same way that the narrator of one of the Taylor Swift unpacking videos did when we watched that. So keep thinking, what is the manufacturer of the cereal doing? Why is the company doing that? And what are some strategies, or how are they going about doing whatever it is they want to do? So in class, everyone's getting into groups of 3, and I'm giving them each a box of cereal. There's an actual handout in your resource packet. So if you're at home, pick a cereal on your own. And I want you to analyze both the product itself, and as you're doing so, don't do it fast. Break it down into size, texture, shape, ingredients that's put into it. Analyze everything. These major companies don't do anything by accident. Everything has a purpose. Everything is built for a specific reason. So you start with the product, complete the first half of the chart, and then after that, you look at the packaging on the back. And the same thing, everything on a cereal box is there placed on a specific part of the box, on a specific side of the box with colors. So analyze the colors, analyze the fonts, analyze brand name, analyze the way the text is written, what they choose to make small, what they choose to make large, why are they doing that, who's the target audience. So it's just kind of a marketing exercise today where you're going to unpack a cereal. So we did that in class to complete that assignment, and yes, it is turned in. And then your homework will be to find something in your cupboard or in the refrigerator. So you're going to do the same thing on your own. You're going to focus on those what, how, and why words with the product and respond to it. Identify what the product is, and then talk about what the company is doing to produce the product and how do they go about doing that and why do you think they are doing that. So this is going through a process of you learning the skills of analysis that you'll be using later on when we actually go to literary text or speeches or visual text. So that's our lesson for today. Thank you.